Hello. Everyone knows what it's time for when I'm sitting this far away. It is time. It's story time actually. Okay, I tried because like I always do. I didn't just wake up and do this, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. And my dreams always fade away over time. But I feel like where it started, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I was at a house. It was a weird house, and I know people were dealing drugs there. And I came in my car, and my car was just like some weird black car. And I came with my friend Anita. I have no idea why she had a friend. Why she had a friend. Why the hell did she have a friend like me? I mean, why she had a name, because like people in my dreams really don't have names. I don't know why. But anyway, so Anita, she Zero, really? She's just the worst sometimes. But anyway, alright, that's what I get for putting the cat toys next to where I do this. So we pull up to this house, and I know in like, you know how behind the seats of your car, I go really crazy. This is just, I have a little bit of pimples, but I don't like wearing that stuff on my face. There was, behind the seats of your cars, there's like a little pocket, and I guess I had like a couple $100 in there or something, but I also had money like in my purse or whatever, and so I can't even remember anymore if like we were going to buy drugs or if we were just at this house where drug dealing was going on. But I remember all of a sudden, I knew Anita didn't have any money, but all of a sudden, Anita was buying drugs with like a couple $100. And I was like, just a couple $100? You mean like this, what was kind of in the back of my car? And we're like outside and it's wintertime, and we're like behind some kind of like, I don't know, and we're on like a back porch talking to people and stuff. So while we're doing that, I go back to search my car, and I can't find the money in the little back seat thing. So I go to yell at my friend, and she swears she didn't steal my money. And then, like, I guess, I don't know what that part of the dream was, but kind of like the real dream started, because I was, all of a sudden, like, it was like we were thrown into, like, things got real dramatic. Like, maybe it was because of the argument, but I think me and Anita were both, we were on the run from something, and in my car, and so we're driving and the roads are snowy, and I'm not sure what we're on the run from yet, and the roads are snowy, and Anita's driving, and she straight smashes into somebody, but our car is still functional, so we had to run. Like, the people were okay because they kind of like kept driving before they pulled over. And I was like, they're probably okay, let's just keep going. So we had to like speed on ahead and just run through that. I know, I'm a terrible person in my dreams. But it gets worse. So then we're driving, and we actually end up wrecking the car because the roads are very, very snowy, and, I wasn't driving, the perfect driver that I am. So the car gets wrecked, and we're walking, and we're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do now, And we have like, snow coats, kind of, the furry hoods and whatnot. And we're walking in the snow, and I was like, no one will recognize us. And I was like, well, we are just two people, the only two people insane enough to be walking in snow, because we're thinking about the people we're trying to get away from, And then all of a sudden, a van pulls up, and like, we heard it coming, but we're trying to run in the snow, and it sucked because it was uphill where we were, like, at currently. So, like, we're trying to run in slippery snow up a hill, and so we both get captured, basically, you know, like the traditional, like, van pulls up, like, one of us fell, the other one's trying to help the other one get up. I think I fell, and Anita was trying to help me get up, and then, you know, guys jump out, and they were wearing all white, and, you know, they pull you in the van, and they jab you with something, you're, like, asleep. And then, all I remember next, I think, was, I'm trying to remember this weird facility, because I know I'm going to be missing a lot of details, which sucks, because it was a really super interesting dream, and it's not going to sound as good right now, but, I was, in a room, you know, like, in one of those, I don't know, it just looked like a doctor's room, but I don't know, it had, like, weird stuff on the wall, like, the stuff on the wall was about, not stuff that your doctor would put on the wall. Like, it was about, like, it was for the doctors, you know, to, like, do stuff that you definitely don't even want to know the details of. And you don't want it to be done to you, of course. So it's just not, I mean, I'm sure it happens to people. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But it just involves cutting into you and stuff, you know, like stuff like that. But, anyway, so, obviously, that's scary as hell, and I guess I finally remembered, like, what I was in the dream was, like, both me and Anita were, like, I'm not sure if we were genetically altered by these people, or if we were born this way, but, we, like, we could change kind of into, like, animal parts, like, parts of us, like, but, like, say, like, in one of my, like, things coming up, like, say, if I sprouted wings, it's so weird, it's, like, the feathers are made of, like, skin, like, it's just, like, the shape of a feather, but made of skin, you know, like human skin, and it's not the most attractive looking thing, and, you know, and at some point, like, well, maybe I'll just get to that when I get to it, but, so anyway, we're in this place, and I was like, I need to get out of here, and I'm, like, tied to the table, right, so I don't know how much these people knew about us, so maybe they didn't, like, create us, but a doctor came in and was like, you know, you don't have to be that scared, like, it won't be that bad, and blah, 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 and, like, very unspecific on what they were planning on doing, and I was like, Jesus, like, I really need to get out of here, and they all had these, like, badges around their necks that, you know, open the doors, so I couldn't open the door without a badge or whatever, so I kind of, like, I grew, like, my hand into, like, some kind of, like, bear hand. Again, with human skin looking. Doesn't, like, just so, the visuals in this were weird. And, the bear fingernails even kind of looked like human skin until, like, the very tip, you know, had to be, like, real sharp, I guess, so it was made out of real fingernail. Human fingernail, though, so it probably wasn't that sharp, but, and was, like, clawing away at, like, the little, you know, leather strap things they have on, like, you know, you always see on, like, mental asylums in the movies, they always have those little, like, leather strappy things, so I was, like, just getting my finger and, like, growing it to the right size and curve so that I could scratch away at them, and, so I was doing that, and, so that nobody would notice, because I saw there was cameras, so I was trying to be very unnoticeable, but when she came in again, I surprised that hoe, and I don't know if I killed her, I kind of think I did, but I still had, like, my bare hand going on, and she was walking up to me, and was like, I don't know, with, like, IV looking stuff, so I was like, I gotta do this now, and, I managed to, like, snap the things loose, and I pushed her head into the wall, and it just, like, stayed there for a second, and just like in an anime, it just left, like, a bloody streak, like, coming down, And I was like, oh, shiz. I was like, well, whatever. They were going to do some bad stuff, right? So I took her little badge card and her jacket, and I tried to conceal, because in my dream my hair was pretty much the same color it is right now, so I was trying to conceal the fact that I was like the only one with like abnormal hair, because Anita was like a dark skinned girl and she just had black hair, so she could kind of blend in a little more in like a setting like this. But I saw like Anita was already, they're already doing something like with her, and I got out of my room and I was walking through the rooms like lab coat on, trying to look like, you know, like a person that worked there. And I remember I even put on high heels, and I don't in real life, I can't walk in those. And so in my dream, it like transferred over, and I couldn't walk in them in my dream. And I was like, dear God. And so I'm trying to walk in these high heels, and I remember it was just so stupid. I was like, I wonder if anyone would notice if I just like grew my feet into like a weird high heel shape. And it just looks like skin. And it was just so weird. I did it just to try it, and I was like, no, that looks weird as hell. Nobody's buying that. So anyway, that was some dumb thing about shoes. But so I see like Anita's already asleep, and they're, I don't know, doing some kind of experiments on her and shit. And I'm just like, oh man, like if I go in there now and save her, like I had the chance. I see like this little lobby area, which there's like two hallways I can go down, left or right, like the room I'm in, then there's a little walkway. And because I saw her, went down, looked to the left or the right, there weren't many like people at this facility, but there was someone at the front desk. And so I figured when I had to make a run for it, because you have to use the key card to open the doors too, you know, I had to use it at each door, that, you know, they're going to chase me regardless, because they're just going to know. But I was going to try to do it nonchalantly first, but I was like, I can't save Anita and do this, you know? So I felt really bad, and I left her, I just totally left her behind. And I was like, I felt like shit about it, you know, but if I'd have went in there, there was like 5 people in there, and I didn't know if like I'd be able to fight that many people off by myself and then carry like a half sleepy person out of like a research facility, you know? Like I was just coming into like learning what I could really like do because of the situations I was put in. So don't blame me, because I never saw Anita again. I need a, I need Anita, Anita. But anyway, so I I went to the right, and I was trying to walk casually, even though my hair looks crazy as hell, and walked through. There was like a double set of like glass doors, and you had to put your badge at each one. You know, I saw a little badge reader, and there was a girl sitting at the desk, and she's like, she was kind of like looking down, and I was like, I'm just gonna try first to do it like casually. I was like, I'm casually walking up. I have like a doctor's coat on and my badge, and I was like, I don't know what I'm trying to act like I'm doing, like going home. Like people probably don't do that at this hour, but whatever. And then she noticed something, of course, and she was like, who are you? And then, of course, I hear running coming from down the hallway, so I hurry up, and I'm like, I gotta break through this bitch. So I get through the doors, and I run outside. And again, it's still snowing. And where I was at, visually, was insane, because it was a cliff. It was in like a snowy land, and I know it's because of something I saw the other day while I was on a walk. Like a tree had fallen over, like imagine a stream, okay, and there's a tree next to it, and then the tree falls over, but its roots are actually growing under the stream, so it pulls out most of the stream and made a pool. But what was really cool was that the side of the tree, like the big trunk area, was flat and just had like hair. It looked like really weird hair sticking out. What are you doing? What the hell is wrong with this cat? Hold on 1 second. What's wrong with you? What are you doing? Oh, you gonna puke? Why is she puking again? Oh, honey. I don't know what she keeps getting into. I've done everything I can. I put her away. I put her in the other room, you know? No, I'll get it. Don't worry about it. I'll get it for you. Don't you worry. Sorry, hold on. Jeez, what the hell? Okay. Like, there's literally nothing she could have gone into. I don't understand. Sorry, that's my poor kitty cat, Zero. She was getting sick for a while, like throwing up, and she gonna throw up again? And like having to go to the bathroom a lot, and I don't know what it is. I thought she was getting into like this one area in the bathroom, so I closed that off. And then she was still doing it, so I put her in another room, like when I leave, so I can, you know, I can watch what she's doing. But like, what is she doing? Man, I'm forgetting everything. I'm worried about my cat. So where was I? Yeah, I got out of the place, and everything, like the side of the cliff and stuff, it looked like that weird, like, hairy moss or something. And it was a very high up cliffside, but I could still see the ground. And then, sorry, she's like over here, like, just being weird. That's why I keep looking over there. But it was a really, like, high up cliff, and I was like, I am going to get caught because they are behind me and they are now in a vehicle. And so I like turned my legs. The first thing I tried to do was like turn my legs into I don't know, like how would you imagine like a werewolf's legs to look like? But again, it's all human skin. So it just looks horrible and creepy. But I tried to turn them into something like that to make myself, like, run faster. Like, they were longer and, you know, had that, like, you know how a dog's, like, leg is shaped and it has that little, I don't know, what is that, like, the hawk or something, I think, of their leg? I forget. I should know, but I forgot. And so I was trying to run faster, and I was like, I clearly can't outrun them, and I'm not very stable like this running fast anyway, because I'm not on 4 legs, and I'm not like a cheetah, and I don't have like a tail to like balance me out while I'm running, and it's hard to run fast like that on 2 legs, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't my dream. But so I was like, well, let's see what happens when I try this, and I just straight jumped off the cliff. And for a while I was falling, and I was like trying to like grow wings like I was telling you about earlier, and it felt really weird. Like I swear I felt it happen. Like I felt like, I don't know, like bones like break on my back, like from like my spine or something, and like something like cracking through. It was not a good feeling, but I made it work. But all my feathers were just, they didn't have any like of those little pleats kind of like feathers have in them. They were just flat, extremely thin pieces of human skin with like, I assume like cartilage to be like the shaft of the feather. And so it's just like human colored skin, my colored skin, like feathers, and it looked weird as hell. Like when I got to the ground, flying was like surprisingly easy, I guess, because I felt like this is one of those half lucid dreams that I have, like where I can like kind of feel things, but I can't really control everything that I want to do, or else it probably would have had a better ending. But when I got to the ground, I was like so happy I like survived. But the people were like shocked, I guess, that I could do that. So they were trying to figure out what to do, and I saw them like I'm on the ground like admiring my weird human flesh wings. And I was like, well, now I gotta make this go back. I was like, this is gonna be so painful and not fun at all. And so I was like, I was just lugging them around for a bit, and I was like, I can't walk like this. I have to like get rid of them. And so I should have grew like bat wings or something instead of trying to like, I don't know why, because imagine how heavy they were. I don't even know how I ended up, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just soared downward, so anything probably would have done the trick. But something like a bat wing would have been better. I don't know. Instead of weird human like feathers just like dangling, because it was kind of heavy. And